Wang Lin didn't step forward. Instead, he flicked a weapon outward, testing from a distance, cutting the air with deliberate caution. The sword reacted strangely. Its glow turned cheap, its aura hollow, scrap disguised as treasure, bait painted with greed. In the next instant. Hello friends, welcome back to 3D Cartoon Review. Today we continue Renegade Immortal episode 128, where one rescue turns into a soul-crushing trial against an enemy's leftover will. Before we begin, tap like, subscribe, and turn on the bell. And comment now, would you dare enter a sealed abyss to repay an old debt? This episode begins with a simple truth. Wang Lin never forgets kindness. Years can pass, blood can dry, but a debt remains sharp in his heart. Earlier, Wang Lin helped Bei Luo, the surviving fragment of an ancient guyao in Huoyaojun. Because of that favor, Bai Luo revealed a terrifying clue. Chu Yi, the senior who once helped Wang Lin, was sealed inside Chao Xi Shen Yuan, within the demon spirit lands, a place where even breathing feels like sin. Wang Lin didn't hesitate, not even for one extra heartbeat. He turned north immediately, like a blade choosing its target. Meanwhile, deep inside Chao Xi Shen Yuan, another tension boiled quietly. Tan Lang and the disciples of Luo Jian Zong had been trapped almost a century. They had waited in silence, surrounded by demon beasts, watching the abyss like prisoners watching a locked door. Hope thinned, patience cracked, and fear began to rot. A disciple returned with urgent news. The demon beasts hadn't scattered, they had grown more numerous, like waves gathering before a flood. Tan Lang frowned, and the air around him hardened. His calm was cold authority, the kind that silences complaints before they form. But Shen Long could no longer endure. He stepped forward, voice sharp, demanding action, demanding a path out of the abyss. Tan Lang answered with pressure instead of words. His aura pressed down like a mountain, forcing Shen Long's anger to choke back. No one dared speak again. In that moment, they understood the abyss wasn't their only cage. Tan Lang was also a cage. Far away, Wang Lin arrived near the exit region of Huoyaojun. He didn't reveal himself. He watched, calculated, then quietly set his own net. With simple, nearly invisible restrictions, he marked the path. If Tan Lang's group left later, they would carry a trace without noticing. It wasn't cruelty, it was survival. Wang Lin had learned long ago the world never warns you before it bites. After planting the trap, he turned toward Huoyaojun without delay. Chu Yi's life mattered more than curiosity, more than pride, more than comfort. The closer he came to Chao Xi Shen Yuan, the heavier the air became. Fog gathered like rotten breath, and distant howls sounded like something laughing. At the abyss entrance, a strange four-person group appeared ahead. 2 men, 2 women, their robes clean, but their eyes carried hidden sharpness. One of them, Du Jian, recognized Wang Lin immediately. His expression stiffened, and his tone turned falsely friendly too quickly. Another stepped forward, Murong Zhuo, claiming to be a disciple of Mo Men. His aura was steady, controlled, and not weak. Du Jian suggested they travel together. He spoke of mutual safety, but his words smelled like bait in a hunter's palm. Wang Lin studied them quietly, eyes calm, face unreadable. Then he agreed, not because he trusted them, but because he trusted his own caution. They entered the fog region together, walking along wet stone and narrow ridges. Below them, the abyss breathed like a sleeping beast, deep and hungry. Along the way, Du Yan kept talking too much. He mentioned treasures, ancient inheritances, and something called a Taiyanyun sword nearby. His enthusiasm felt staged, like a performer pushing the audience toward a trap. Wang Lin listened, but inside, his mind stayed sharp and silent. Soon, Du Jian found it an object wedged near an ancient tree zone. He pointed excitedly, urging Wang Lin to step closer and claim the chance. But the tree zone felt wrong. The bark looked alive, and the fog carried a faint buzzing, like countless wings rubbing together. Wang Lin didn't step forward. Instead, he flicked a weapon outward, testing from a distance, cutting the air with deliberate caution. The sword reacted strangely. Its glow turned cheap, its aura hollow, scrap disguised as treasure, bait painted with greed. In the next instant, the trap sprang. The ancient trees shivered, and swarms of terrifying insects surged outward like black smoke. Du Jian tried to retreat, but Wang Lin moved first. With one cold motion, he redirected Du Jian straight into the center of danger. Du Jian screamed, tumbling among the trees as insects poured onto him. His confident mask shattered into panic, and his voice cracked with desperate begging. He shouted that he knew secrets about betrayal, about Sun Yun and hidden schemes. He begged Wang Lin to save him, offering information in exchange for life. Wang Lin's eyes narrowed slightly. He didn't rush to rescue. He assessed value, risk, and truth, like weighing coins on a scale. Then Wang Lin raised a gold talisman, releasing brilliant light. He took out the immortal brush he seized from the immortal mansion before. As he moved the brush, golden radiance rippled, and the insects hesitated. The two women in the group flinched, fear flickering in their eyes too quickly. Wang Lin noticed. Fear like that wasn't ordinary fear. It was recognition, like prey seeing a predator it remembers. Using the talisman and the immortal brush's light, Wang Lin controlled the insects briefly. He pulled Du Jian back from immediate death. Not out of kindness, but utility. Du Jian gasped, trembling, drenched in terror and insect venom. He clung to the ground like a drowning man clinging to a floating plank. Wang Lin didn't comfort him. He simply sealed Du Jian's Yuan Shen, locking it into a restriction banner like trapping a snake in a jar. Then Wang Lin turned his gaze back to the two women. Their aura was strange. Cold beneath warmth, stiff beneath softness. Wang Lin's eyes sharpened with realization. These women were linked to Chu Yi Zong, corpse path cultivators using unnatural bodies. At least one wasn't living flesh in the normal sense. It was a corpse body hosting a soul, quiet, obedient, and terrifyingly prepared. Wang Lin sent a private transmission to Murangzhuo. A warning, brief and sharp, these women are not what they seem. Murangzhuo's expression shifted slightly, careful not to expose fear. He nodded subtly, then suggested they separate, each taking a different route forward. They split into the fog, paths diverging like knives cutting through mist. The air felt colder now, not because of weather, because betrayal had already shown its teeth. Wang Lin moved alone, steps silent on wet stone. And soon he found proof that separation didn't mean safety. On a cliff edge, he noticed something nearly invisible. A strand of hair placed deliberately, like a hook meant to catch his shadow. Su Fei had left it to track him. Wang Lin didn't rage. He didn't panic. He simply burned the hair with a flick of power, erasing the forming divine sense. Far away, Su Fei felt the backlash and vomited blood. Her tracking attempt shattered, and her hatred likely deepened like a poison well. Now Wang Lin focused fully on Chu Yi. He reached the deepest zone whereby Luo claimed Chu Yi's aura once lingered. But before him were countless cracks, dozens, maybe more, a wall of fractures like a ruined mirror, each one leading to unknown darkness. Wang Lin searched again and again with divine sense. He should have felt something, Ling Tian Hou's domineering seal aura, or Chu Yi's trace, yet he found nothing. Frustration didn't show on his face, but tension tightened behind his eyes. The abyss was mocking him, hiding its secret like a mouth refusing to speak. Wang Lin summoned his soul banner, releasing over 1,000 powerful souls. They plunged into the cracks like scouts, and Wang Lin attached his own Yuan Shen to follow. Information flooded back to him like a storm of whispers. But after half an incense stick, every soul returned empty-handed. No Chu Yi, no clear seal, only silence, like a door with no handle. Wang Lin stood still, breathing slow. Then his expression shifted, not to anger, but to something sharper, understanding. He stopped searching like a hunter chasing footprints. He began thinking like the one who made the cage. If Ling Tian Hou sealed Chu Yi, the seal wouldn't be obvious. A tyrant doesn't lock treasure with a visible chain, he hides it where others won't even look. Wang Lin's gaze moved across the wall again. He ignored the large cracks and studied the smallest ones, the places arrogance assumes are insignificant. Then he attacked the area deliberately, shattering stone, breaking false layers, forcing the cliff to reveal what it was hiding. His method was violent, but his mind was calm. Finally, a tiny opening appeared, so small it could be missed by a careless eye. From it leaked a faint but domineering divine sense, Ling Tian Hou's will. The moment Wang Lin felt it, his heart tightened. Not fear, recognition of overwhelming realm difference. He probed with divine sense. Instantly, the seal struck back like a celestial blade. Wang Lin's Yuan Shen shook violently, blood spraying from his mouth as the cliff cracked around him. The rebound slammed him into stone like a thrown spear. And in that pain, he understood something terrifyingly clear. If he weren't at Wending, that single rebound could have killed him. A leftover thought from Ling Tian Hou was still strong enough to crush lives. Yet Wang Lin didn't retreat. He steadied his breathing, wiped blood from his lips, and stepped closer. In his eyes, stubborn fire burned. He would not abandon Chu Yi. He prepared everything: slaughter aura, protective techniques, black armor, insect defense, and the dense soul cloud from his banner. Then he entered the seal space. Inside, darkness pulsed like a living organ. Then the first wave came, divine sense shaped like a sword, piercing toward his core with merciless intent. The soul cloud absorbed much of it, souls screaming as they shattered. Wang Lin gritted his teeth, forcing his defense to hold. The second wave struck like collapsing mountains. The gold talisman flashed, insects died in masses, and his black armor trembled near collapse. Wang Lin's eyes remained focused, refusing panic. He shifted his stance, stabilized his breath, and prepared for the third wave he knew was coming. The third wave arrived like a mantra spoken by a god. It crushed downward, shattering layered seals and threatening to erase his existence. Wang Lin roared inwardly, not with sound, but with will. He released Sanmo Hun, summoning demonic force to anchor his soul against collapse. Then he called down the power he had prepared earlier. He summoned Shishen Ches Leisho, lightning roaring through the darkness like heaven's anger. Wang Lin fired Jimi arrows, unleashed Huamo Ji, and called Huang Quan Ji, techniques exploding like successive thunderclaps. The entire abyss trembled. Outside, even distant cultivators felt the shock, sensing a battle beyond their understanding. Inside, Wang Lin pushed forward through pain, using every method he owned. At last, the third wave cracked. A sphere-like layer shattered, and within the collapsing light, fragments of Ling Tian Hou's divine sense were torn apart. They became countless pure points of brilliance. Those points rushed into Wang Lin's body like a river of stars. His injured Yuan Shen recovered at terrifying speed, stronger and thicker than before. Even the sword aura within him, linked to Ling Tian Hou, was reinforced. It was like surviving a god's strike and stealing a piece of godhood. Then Wang Lin saw him. Chu Yi sealed, trapped, weakened, but still carrying the dignity of an Immortal-era figure. His presence felt like sorrow contained inside iron. Chu Yi spoke with gratitude and urgency. He admitted he couldn't give away his life sword aura directly, so he used this method to heal Wang Lin instead. Then Chu Yi begged Wang Lin to leave. But Wang Lin's breath slowed, and something heavy moved in his chest. Because debts are not paid with words, they are paid with action. Wang Lin turned to exit, then paused. From his storage, he took out the pagoda he had guarded for years, the promise he had carried like a stone. He tossed it backward gently, returning it to Chu Yi. A simple motion, yet it hit Chu Yi like a blade through the heart. Chu Yi's eyes opened wide, trembling. His lips shook as he whispered a name filled with endless grief. Dinger. The sorrow spread through space like cold water. Wang Lin stopped, but he didn't turn around. His voice came low and firm. She is not called Dinger. If I'm not wrong, her true name is King Shuang. Chu Yi's spirit body shook violently. The emptiness in his eyes shattered, replaced by sharp pain, then bitter acceptance as he repeated the name King Shuang. Wang Lin continued, revealing another cruel truth. King Lin Xiandi was King Shuang's father, and the legend said he was healing somewhere, hidden and wounded. Chu Yi's grief deepened, yet behind grief was gratitude, because Wang Lin didn't just rescue him, he returned a promise, a memory and a truth. Before departing, Chu Yi offered 3 great gifts to repay Wang Lin. The second gift was earth-shaking. Chu Yi took the Wu Ji Shengjian and struck it with decisive immortal force. The sword trembled violently as a strange imprint began dissolving into air. Chu Yi explained, from now on, heaven and earth only held 3 Wuji immortal swords. This one would belong completely to Wang Lin. No past sword spirit could control it. No future sword spirit could seize it. The sword would recognize only Wang Lin as master. Even Shu Liguo, whether old sword spirit or newly formed one, would no longer be an independent controller. He would become only Wang Lin's sword spirit, nothing more. Such an opportunity was rare even in the immortal realm. Only beings at the immortal lord level could touch gifts like this. Chu Yi sighed, then his spirit body began merging into the immortal sword he controlled. His presence faded like sunset sinking into water. Before vanishing, Chu Yi left the third gift as a final clue. He sensed that at the abyss bottom remained a faint aura of Wuji sword spirit. That lingering aura would become a future opportunity for Wang Lin, a thread leading deeper into destiny, sharper than any map. And as Chu Yi disappeared, silence returned. Wang Lin stood alone in the cleared darkness, holding a sword that now belonged only to him, carrying a debt repaid and a road made heavier. He didn't smile, because in Wang Lin's world, every reward is also a warning. But one thing was certain. He had entered Chao Xi Shen Yuan to rescue a man, and he walked out carrying 3 gifts that could shake the future. Now tell me in the comments, friends, which moment hit you hardest? Wang Lin burning the tracker, surviving the 3 divine sense waves, or the name King Shuang, breaking Chu Yi's heart? If you enjoyed this cinematic recap, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who loves ruthless cultivation arcs. Your support helps this channel grow, and it tells me to keep making these longer, deeper episodes. Thank you for watching 3D Cartoon Review. See you in the next episode.